Still in the Game by George R. Flowers. Scene 1. Fade in. Start film noir dream sequence. Exterior, Times Square, night. Sultry music plays to various shots of the city and its lowlifes. Robert Barkley Barkoff, a handsome, bushy-haired 75-year-old wearing a fedora and a trench coat, walks into the frame. His voiceovers are delivered film noir style, and we see him only from the waist up until different direction is provided.
It was a dark night. In my life, they're often like that. I couldn't sleep, so I went for a walk and wound up in Times Square at 2 a.m.
He strolls casually past people fighting and sleeping in doorways. He looks in store windows and passes sex shops and signs advertising girls, girls, girls.
At that hour, the place is a zoo.
He stops to read a window sign that says, "Do-it-yourself special, BJ, the inflatable blowfish. Sizes small, medium, and U." He walks a little farther and then pauses to read another sign. "Live naked chickens, private coops available." Barkley walks again and then stops to read a sign that advertised sluts and mutts. He looks to his right, and the camera pulls back to reveal a sexy female prostitute standing in a doorway. A German shepherd sits next to her. The woman wears a baseball cap and breathes heavily as she eyes Barkley. The dog looks at him and pants.
If you like a doggy style,
The dog barks.
he pitches, I catch, you control the balls and bat, and you're always up.
Barkley smirks and continues walking.
I knew the score on the seedy side of town. I once shot heroin. She died.
Exterior street corner, later. Barkley stops at a street corner next to a young blonde hooker who wears a broad-brimmed hat and gaudy makeup.
Hi, handsome. Looking for a date?
Yeah, but figs are good too. She was cute, and she had a way with words.
You like Scrabble, mister?
I smiled and she took it from there.
What are you into?
My 8th decade, how about you?
Domination, missionary, and horses.
Horses. Feeling your oats, eh?
They're high in antioxidants.
I'm high in testosterone and great in the saddle.
Me too. I finished first in show in dressage.
Dressage? I don't think I've ever been there. But show me yours and I'll show you mine.
I went all the way.
It's the only way. Interesting, but it was late. Well, I gotta go. Good luck.
New angle. Barkley turns and walks away. As he recedes from the camera, we see that he is not wearing trousers. Below the trench coat hem, we see bare legs, high-top black socks, and bunny slippers. Film noir dream sequence ends. Standard full-color production begins and sustains to the end. Interior, Barkley's bedroom, morning, late spring 2001. Close up on a clock radio. The time reads 6:59. An instant later it changes to 7 and Reveille plays. Cut to Barkley in bed. He awakens and turns off the radio.
Pretty girl. I should have done it.
Interior, Barkley's bathroom, later. Barkley stands in front of the mirror, shaving. Special effects, the phone rings. Interior, Barkley's living room, moments later. Barkley answers the phone.
Yeah. Half hour, I guess. And Mel, I'm only doing this because I said I'd look at it. But I'm not going to live in some retirement place with a bunch of old people. Yes, I'll keep an open mind. See you in half an hour.
Exterior, street in front of Barkley's house, later. An early 1990s maroon Pontiac pulls up in front of Barkley's middle-class suburban home. Interior, Mel's car, later. A hard-faced Barkley sits in the back seat. His son Mel, 50, drives. Mel's wife, Karen, 48, sits next to him. All are casually dressed. They drive along scenic roads with many streams and lakes.
What a waste of a beautiful day.
Dad, be reasonable. The house is getting to be too much for you.
So maybe I'll get an apartment.
You'd still be living alone.
Okay, then I'll get a girlfriend.
Who, Dad?
I said I'll get a girlfriend.
Barkley, you fell.
Oh, come on, Karen. I slipped off a chair while changing a bulb.
And you could have been hurt. You shouldn't live alone. It's not safe.
Fine, I'll move in with you.
No, we should live alone.
Exterior, Shady Oaks Nursing Home, day. The car drives down a long driveway with a small bridge over a stream and parks in front of a sterile-looking building. Angle on a white wooden sign that says, Shady Oaks Nursing Home, the pride of Westchester. Interior, exterior, Mel's car, continuous. They get out of the car.
Shady Oaks Nursing Home?
What's in a name, Dad?
Nursing!
Just look at it, Barkley. If you don't like it, don't do it.
I'm looking at it. I don't like it. I'm not doing it.
Interior, Shady Oaks, later. The Barkoffs enter the lobby and proceed to the reception desk, above which there is a wall clock that reads 1 p.m.
Hi, we're the Barkovs. We have an appointment with Mr. Kelly.
Yes, you do. Please, have a seat.
Waiting area. As they sit, Mr. Kelly, a bearded 65-year-old man wearing a dark suit, emerges, and the Barkoffs bounce up from their seats.
Ah, yes, the Barkovs.
Angle on the reception desk, which Arlene Sachs, 59, a youthful-looking brown-haired beauty, approaches with some file folders. Reverse angle, Arlene's POV.
You could not have made a better choice, Mr. Barkov.
I agree. I'm not doing it. And don't yell at me.
Dad!
Reservations are very common. Once I show you around, Mr. Barkov, I'm certain you'll feel differently.
I'm sure he's right, Dad. Look, we're gonna get some lunch. We'll be back in, what, an hour?
Mr. Kelly nods yes. Angle on Arlene as before.
Good for you, Mr. Barkov.
She watches the men for a few moments longer before handing the files to the receptionist. Interior, corridor, continuous. Mr. Kelly and Barkley walk along an institutional corridor. We see open doors in the interiors of rooms, and we see a few of the residents. Some wear street clothes, others hospital gowns.
I was delighted to read on your application that you were a comic.
Kids told you, huh? Yeah, when I was young, I did stand up.
You know, our residents could really use someone to make them laugh. If I may ask, why did you stop doing stand-up?
People kept yelling, sit down, so I finally did.
How interesting, Mr. Barkov.
And just call me Barkley. It's the name I used in my act and it stuck.
Of course, Barkley. Well, we have 68 rooms here at Shady Oaks, mostly semi-private, like this one.
Interior, corridor, room entrance, continuous. Cut to two elderly women who peer out of the doorway as Barkley and Mr. Kelly stroll by. One elderly woman says to the other,
Fresh meat.
interior, corridor, continuous.
Meals are taken in-room or in our dining room.
Oh yeah? How's the food?
Mostly beige. So many residents have dietary limitations that meals are usually pureed. But what do you like? Maybe we can...
What do I like? Women, of course. Look, do you serve beer? That's not solid.
Beer? Oh no.
How about bagels?
Of course not. Too hard.
Right. How about kugel? That's kind of soft.
Yes, we serve strudel at Christmas time. No, I'm lying. It's stolen. Yes, that's right. Diet's stolen.
Impressive. 2 sins in one breath. But I don't get involved in criminal activities.
Interior, community room, later. Kelly leads Barkley into the community room where a dozen or so sad-looking elderly people in wheelchairs and using walkers and canes mill about, saying little. Soft music plays.
This is our community room.
It's very communal. Are your people always this lively?
Only when we have these mixers.
Barkley looks surprised and mouths the word mixers. We see shots of old people eating yogurt and cottage cheese.
This is a musher, not a mixer.
Yes, well, we could use your sense of humor here. Let me introduce you.
Mr. Kelly leads Barkley to Mr. Winslow, a feeble old man in a large motorized wheelchair.
Barkley, this is Mr. Winslow.
Boy, this'll get you around.
Yes, everyone stays quite active.
Mr. Winslow's leg twitches.
Yeah, I just saw his leg move.
Oh, it wasn't his leg that moved, Barkley. It was his bowel.
Barkley cringes as Kelly snaps his fingers to get the attention of an aide, who quickly ducks out of the room.
BM! Orderlies should not mind cleaning up waste. Please excuse me.
Sure. Waste is a terrible thing to mind.